Hi guys, RY1, and today is my art Friday. Told you I'd see you Friday, didn't I? Right, so I posed a question to Andy, and Andy then posed the question back to me, and I ranted on for about 10 minutes about how I don't like remakes, even though some of the things I like are remakes. But yeah, we'll go back to that another day. Basically, what I'm doing today is, yes, Andy, I did agree with the majority of people on your list, if not all of them. You'll find out in a moment. And I kind of came up with an idea, and I pretty much took it a little bit further than I was hoping to take it. Well, planning to take it. Anyway, I actually came up with a sort of semi sort of thingy storyline. So, except he should be over there. Oh, hello. You bear with me one moment, because I was going to start writing this down, but yeah. The problem with me writing down is I don't stop. So I have actually put together a full list of people, and like I said, a semi-literate story. Basically, the idea, and I'm going to be looking over here, and I do apologise, I will move it over in a second. Just want to make sure that he's still plugged in, because this one's like to turn off and he's not plugged in. So yes, I'm going to do something that I tell people constantly not to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is my idea. Basically, it's a retirement home in somewhere like Scunthorpe, somewhere like that. Somewhere a little bit different, anyway. And basically, Western Supermare. That's Western Supermare. Now, if anybody didn't get that reference, it's a Bottom reference, Bottom Live specifically. And basically, it's a home for out of work actors or retired actors. So, as residents, of course, I have one Mr. Patrick Stewart, obviously, one Mr. Ian McKellen, Dame Judi Dench, Dame Helen Mirren, Jenny Agutter. She was one of the first women that I truly had a crush on years and years ago when I watched Logan's Run, when she gets her kit off. Ian Holmes, Malcolm McDowell. Now, anybody who knows me will know that I'm quite a big fan of the Fallout series. And obviously, Malcolm McDowell voices President John Henry Eden in Fallout 3. And I thought he did a superb job in that, and ever since then I've pretty much thought of Malcolm McDowell as President John Henry Eden. There will be a few more Fallout names popping up as well. I've just realised I've missed somebody else off. Terence Stamp, Sean Pertwee, Liam Neeson, or as I like to refer to him, Dad, because he plays the dad in Fallout 3. You say voices, I say played. Christopher Lloyd, because the dude's a fucking legend. Ben Kingsley. It wouldn't be a decent production without Ben Kingsley. Betty White, because that lady is old but funny as hell. Older than the dinosaurs and probably slept with a few. Sid Haig, because I'd never do any production without him. If anybody doesn't know who Sid Haig is, then shame on you. He played Captain Spaulding in House of Thousand Corpses and in Devil's Rejects. One of my favourite actors actually. He was out of work for quite some time because he was in quite a few blaxploitation films in the 70s and 80s. Michael Dorn, again, voices Marcus in Fallout, but a very good actor, brilliant character actor as well. Gary Oldman, yeah, I know. Where are we? Gary Oldman, Julie Walters. Now, the next name on the list is possibly the biggest name on the list, Christopher Lee. Because I've always wanted to do something with Christopher Lee, and time is running out because the dude is like 91. And he released a metal album either last year or the year before. And dude is a true bona fide legend. Bill Nighy, because I like Bill Nighy, I think he's funny. John Cleese, Michael Palin, Ronnie Corbett, Maggie Smith, Penelope Wilton, Billy Connolly, Michael Gambon. I had to be reminded of Gambon actually, it was kind of upsetting. John Rhys Davies. If anybody's unsure of the name, you would have seen him in quite a few things. Tim Curry, even though I can't get the image of him in stockings and suspenders out of my head. Susan Sarandon, Now Campbell, Little Now, another woman that I had a huge crush on when I was a lot younger. If anybody's seen Rocky Horror, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Sigourney Weaver, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Casey Kasem. Now, anybody who doesn't know who Casey Kasem is, he's probably one of the oldest legendary voice actors. In fact, he was the original voice for Shaggy in Scooby-Doo before Matthew Lillard took over. And Lillard obviously took over after doing the film, the live-action film, and impersonating Casey Kasem. So there we go. Rick Moranis, because you don't see him in anything anymore. I just want to know what he's doing. James Earl Jones, Stan Lee. Now, yeah, technically not an actor, but he's got that many credits to his name now. I think we can officially call him an actor. Plus, he did quite a good job when he was in Mallrats. I mean, Mallrats was good. George Takei, because hello. Leonard Nimoy, Jeremy Irons, Aid Edmondson, Rick Mayall. Where are we? Now, oh, that's it. And we'll stick Ron Jeremy in there for shits and giggles. So then, like, playing sort of pseudo staffy characters, you know, you have like a manager and a matron and stuff like that. We've got Bruce Campbell, because no production is complete without Bruce Campbell. Ed Norton, because I like Ed Norton and all. Viggo Mortensen, because I think me and Andy both have quite a quiet respect for Viggo Mortensen. And if you've ever watched any of the stuff behind the scenes Lord of the Rings films, you'll realise what a double-hard bastard he actually is. So yeah, Bill Moseley, Pauline Collins, Seth MacFarlane. I like Seth MacFarlane, and I think his character will always be walking around with a glass of whiskey. Seth Green, Neil Patrick Harris, Helena Bonham Carter, Mila Kunis, Jules State, and Alan Rickman. Now, I kind of want Alan Rickman to play the manager, or he's going to be Resident, I'm not sure. And then, you know, as reoccurring characters, you've got quite a few who are just like sort of coming and going and sort of thing. They're like visitors to the people and stuff, and you know, they're just popping in to say hello. So you got Ron Perlman, Again, Fallout, I know, right? Hugh Jackman, Rowan Atkinson, Stephen Fry, David Tennant, Brent Spiner, Robert Downey Jr., Johnny Depp, Kenzia Solo. I hope I pronounced that right. I got it right last night, and I probably pronounced it completely wrong now. If anybody doesn't know who she is, I'm not telling you, it's a secret. Mila Jovovich, Nathan Fillion, Hugh Laurie, Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, because you can't have one without the other. It's a travesty if you do. Shawnee Smith, he's some crush on her as well. Jimmy Nail, Timothy Spall, Tony Robinson, where are we? Gray DeLisi, she voices Daphne in Scooby-Doo. Matthew Lillard, I kind of like him, he just reminds me of, like, me, sort of, that sort of, yeah. Tara Strong, Nolan North, Paula Perrette, and Tamara Taylor. Now, maybe you agree or disagree with my selection, that's up to you. If you do disagree, then feel free to say, I disagree, Mr. RY1, and I will tell you this. Make an R. Tell me about it. So that's my list. So that's kind of my idea, sort of thing. Oh, and the whole thing's going to be directed by Jonathan Frakes. If anybody doesn't know who Jonathan Frakes is, he played William Riker on Star Trek, but he is now pretty much a bona fide director. He's started directing when he was making Star Trek. Used to direct a few episodes. Even Patrick Stewart's directed a few episodes of Star Trek as well. But Jonathan Frakes really took over directing a lot of the Star Trek stuff, and then went on to do his own directing stuff. So there, he's a bona fide director. He's one that doesn't get a lot of, a lot of recognition within, the Hollywood scene, because a lot of stuff he does isn't, mainstream Hollywood release, and I think it's kind of upsetting. But it's good because I like him as a director. Yeah. Oh, Kevin Smith should be on that list actually. In fact, the two of them could direct and produce. It'd be cool. So yeah, I mean, there's so many other names that could go on that list. I mean, Kevin Smith, obviously, and then you could put Jay on, and then like, I mean, there's hundreds of people that could go on the list. But so that's my list. That's my idea. Sort of a slapstick sort of comedy, sort of a bit of dry humor, a bit of seriousness, and always an uplifting, happy thing at the end. Think Last of the Summer Wine meets kind of like Last of the Summer Wine, but in a retirement thing. Well, they could all be in a village. I mean, they could just all live in a village, and it could be like this little celebrity village. But the thing is, they're not playing characters. They're playing caricatures of themselves. So, like Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen will play up that whole. Now, obviously, we know they're best friends, so they'll play up on that, and they'll make it like completely amazingly over the top. Both of them are well-established actors and will have the range to be able to do this. Because I like sort of like over the top caricatures of people. Yeah, kind of like Neil Patrick Harris was in the Harold and Kumar film. If you actually look at the credits, the reason he's down as Neil Patrick Harris playing Neil Patrick Harris is because Neil Patrick Harris is nothing like that. He's actually quite a quiet family man. Him and his partner have, I think, 2 kids together. Actual wonderful parents, brilliant. And I mean, anybody who follows Neil Patrick Harris on Twitter around Halloween every year, it's something completely and utterly crazy, but it's always like a family sort of thing, and that's cool. I mean, so completely and utterly not a hooker killing, drug addict, sex fiend, like he's portrayed in a lot of things he does. I mean, it's completely different say in How I Met Your Mother to how he is in real life, which I think is a testament to himself that he's got that range where he can sort of over exaggerate certain parts. So that's my idea, and I did warn Andy last night this was going to be a long one. So I do apologise. If you're no longer listening, I'm sorry. If you are still listening, then I'm doubly sorry. So where do we go from here? Well, I mean, I could pose another question to Andy, but I seem to be posing a lot of questions. So, and I haven't prepared one. Haha. So, Andy, I would say to you, that's my idea. Now, you've given us an idea of cast, but let's hear your idea of the show. Because I know you've had some good ideas in the past. And, yeah, me and you have had some brilliant ideas. I mean, we wanted to do a spin-off from Doctor Who with John Hurt as the War Doctor, as that sort of cold, calculated, blow shit up Doctor, where we'd play the companions and we'd blow some up and walk away calmly, and like, well, he'd be walking away calmly and we'd be walking away like, yeah, I'm gonna blow shit up, and then stuff would blow up and we'd all be like, run! So yes, and that was just there was complete storylines planned out for that series, by the way, in case anybody is wondering or anybody from the BBC is watching. Yeah, we got complete storylines and a complete story arc for at least one series, maybe two. So yeah, it's up. Anybody wants to do an arc, then feel free. You're more than welcome to jump in on the conversation. Annie and myself are more than happy. Sorry, for somebody else to have a turn take an arc. And yeah, or if you just got an idea of what you want us to talk about, then let us know. Either message us on the Facebook, send us a message on the old YouTube, drop a comment below. Yeah, anything, guys. And obviously, this is me wrapping up now. So now we go to the customary final end of the show, and I want to talk about vaping for a moment. And I want to remind everybody, if you haven't already, please go to the EFBI Dodo Box appeal and donate, even if it's just a couple of quid, mate. It really all helps. They've already reached the target, which is absolutely fantastic, and in such a short space of time. I think it's been probably less than a week. But the more money in the pot for EFBI, the more money they can use to do things. So, I mean, these Dodo boxes are important and they are working. So the more of them there are, the more votes we can get in, and the more pressure we can put on. So go to your EFBI. The link will be below, and donate. I think it's £2.50 donation, and that buys a Dodo box. So we've got to do this, guys. We've got to save vaping, so everybody, we all enjoy vaping, so let's all pay our dues, as it were. And the EFBI are doing a fantastic job here. They're really pushing for this. They're really well organised, and they're really working hard. So let's support the EFBI, guys, and go to the link below and donate what you can. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've been RY1. This has been Art. And as always, ta-ta for now.